this meeting of the New Brunswick Parking Authority to order. Please be advised that the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been complied with and satisfied, and that the annual notice, which gave sufficient notice of the time, place, and conduct of all public meetings of the New Brunswick Parking Authority has been posted on the authority's website, has been filed with the city clerk, has been placed on an appropriate bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and has been transmitted to the official newspaper for the City of New Brunswick, namely the Central New Jersey Home News Tribune, as per the annual notice provided for in a resolution adopted by this governing body on December 29, 1975. Item C, we have two sets of minutes to approve tonight. We have the minutes from the March 24th regular board meeting. In the absence of any questions or edits to those meetings, could I get a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor? So, Aaron, the special board meeting, I was not present at, and so I don't know if the remaining members constitute a quorum, or if we should hold it till the next.
No, you're gonna need to hold that one, because
Okay.
once you recuse yourself, you no longer have a quorum for that.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Karen?
Okay, thank you. Regarding the Performing Arts Garage, the T2 system is a fully functioning system that's in place at this point. What we're finding is at that garage, we now offer pay by text, where you either type in the 5-digit number, or you can use a QR code to take a picture of, and then you can pay using your phone. So you don't have to store any information, it's not an app. But we're finding that feature has become very popular at that garage. So we're looking into possibly expanding that to other areas, other places, even on the street. As far as the T-book park system, the installation at the Wellness Garage has been held off. We have a number of groups that validate at that facility, so we want to make sure the validation system is in place, that all the users understand it, they know how to use it. It's basically lead validation, but it's a little different than they currently use with the data park equipment. So it sounds like a lot of people have gotten the instructions, and we sent out a video, and we sent out basically a step-by-step guide to the users. And so right at this point, we're looking to install it the week of June 3rd over at the Wellness.
Could you share the video and that information with the board?
Yeah.
Thanks.
As far as restoration and maintenance of the facilities, we received bids for the restoration work at Civic Square, Norris Street, Church Street, and Patterson Street garages. The low bid was submitted by Seal Creek. We've used them before, they've done satisfactory work for us. And there's a resolution on the agenda to approve them to do this restoration work, and we're looking to start that work next month as well.
Great.
All right, regarding enforcement, as we're all aware, there's been a tremendous increase in the number of food delivery service, such as Uber Eats, Grubhub, et cetera, and what we're finding is many vehicles are coming downtown to pick up food for their customers, and they're parking illegally, mainly on George Street. And we've been trying to, we don't ticket them immediately, we try to get them out beforehand. We don't want to be too aggressive, but what we're finding is that there's actually no place to put them, because the loading zones are full after 6:30. Obviously, parking is at a demand at night. So I'm proposing an ordinance, which I believe is going to be on City Council agenda June 5th, which will basically change numerous loading zones in the downtown area at 4:30 p.m. to allow for 10 minutes drop-off pickup parking between the hours of 4:30 and midnight, and from 2 in the afternoon to midnight on Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. This way, we have a place that we could tell them they could go.
Right.
All right. Right now, we have no place to tell them. So where am I supposed to park? And we really don't have any place to tell them.
Yeah.
So now this will be dedicated for those type of pickup and delivery groups. also, in order to stimulate parking, another area that we're finding is there are other loading zones that, you know, at 6:30, it's basically free parking. So you can
Yes.
get there at 6 o'clock and park there until 6:30 the next morning.
Right.
So in an effort to stimulate turnover, we're looking to monetize those loading zones, again, beginning at 4:30 until 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. And those areas, we won't put meters in, they'll be using Park Mobile or pay by text to pay, which Park Mobile is the app.
So you'll take a loading zone, you'll create 3 spaces in a loading zone?
Yeah, whatever it takes. Yeah, at 4:30. Up to that time, it's a loading
Yeah,
zone.
no, I get it.
All right?
But is that the same loading zone that we're letting the Uber people park in?
There'll be different loading zones.
Oh.
So basically, the Uber people would park from loading, just picture this, if you're familiar with the downtown, which I'm sure you are. So picture the area of George Street, Albany, Liberty, Nielsen.
Yeah.
Those loading zones are for the drop-offs, because you have pickup and drop-offs, because you have a lot of the restaurants on that side of George Street. All right? The other loading zones from George Street up to Kirkpatrick would be the monetized ones. On that side. And then Elm Row, which during the day, this is adjacent to the courthouse. Elm Row during the day is strictly a government, it's a special parking district. You
Yeah.
have to have a government placard in order to park there, also known as the Sheriff's Department.
Right.
And after 5 p.m., it's basically free, because the courthouse is done, but by ordinance, you're supposed to have a placard to park there. So if you park there,
24 hours.
24 hours. So in order to get more parking on the street, we worked out with the Sheriff's Department that at 5 p.m. during the week, that will be open to public parking, again, using Park Mobile, whatever the meter rate is currently. That would be from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, then 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturdays, and 1 p.m. till 10 p.m. on Sundays. So that's the plan. So these are recommendations that are going to be brought in front of City Council, and we'll see how that goes.
So the county is okay with that?
County's okay with the Elm Row.
Good.
Yeah. County, actually, we spoke to county.
And just the Elm Row side? So
Just the Elm
no
Row.
Patterson?
Well,
There's meters on the other side.
Patterson has no parking in front of the courthouse. There's no parking, period.
Yeah, there's 3 guys that park in front of that door, that where you go
Yeah.
in every morning.
It's technically no parking any time, so.
Okay,
So that's where we're at right now.
okay, good.
All right.
So,
That's
concludes your
it
report?
for now.
Any public comment this evening?
Yes, please. Good evening. Charlie Cradaville in Brunswick today. Wanted to ask about the special meeting. I guess you weren't there, but maybe somebody could fill me in on why it was necessary to have that. Was that just the budget timeline for the getting
It was-
submitted?
No, it had nothing to do with the budget, Charlie. It had to do with a note that the Parking Authority has, a $3.9 million note. So in order to meet the application deadline for local finance board, we had to have that, which was the beginning of May, not beginning, the end of April for the May meeting. We had to have that special meeting. So basically what we were asking for was approval, a resolution to approve the application to go to local finance board to have this note rolled over.
Got it.
And which we went to, and they gave us approval.
Thank you for the explanation. I do think it would behoove the board to meet monthly, and I also wanted to ask about that special meeting. Was that a remote meeting or
No,
it's just in person?
In person,
Okay.
in person.
Well, I'm sorry I missed it, and I will try to make all future meetings. I do want to encourage the board to offer remote access to the meetings. I think a couple months ago, one of you was remote. No?
No, you know what, if you know, when there were more public meetings remotely offered, you know, it was in an emergent condition. today, we're open all day. People need to call and ask a question. The meetings are wide open every month or every time that we meet. So I think people have access every day of the week, and I don't know that there's the kind of demand or need to do that right now. If there was some situational change that, that required us to do that on a regular basis, but I don't know that the benefit outweighs the need. I don't see the need today.
Okay, well, I mean, respectfully for the record, this board has never offered remote access, even in the worst days of the pandemic. The board called in, but the public was never given a chance to call that same number and participate remotely. And I think that as recently as 2 months ago, you required remote access to participate in the meeting.
Yes, I did.
And so if you're going to avail yourself of that, I would think the public should be offered the same way to access the meeting. If it helps you attend the meeting, I think it would help more people than just me attend the meeting. And it is, for what it's worth, a challenging time to get around the city at 5 p.m. and navigate to a parking space to come to a meeting that's often short. So I think remote access would do wonders to get more voices to participate in the meetings. I think that'd be a good thing, but that's my opinion. I also wanted to ask the usual questions about the supermarket space and the total debt. Any update on the supermarket space and/or
Debt is the same, 194 million.
194 million, and any potential tenants or?
I have nothing to report on that.
Okay. I am interested in the item on the agenda with the Nokia agreement, and I presume that Executive Director is going to present on that. Some things I'd like to know would be the duration of the agreement, how many spaces, what the rate is for Nokia versus the usual customers, and then just on the new spaces downtown, or the changes downtown that were spoken about during the Executive Director's report. Am I hearing that there won't actually be meters, it'll be Park Mobile only, or will the authority install meters in those?
No, it'd be Park Mobile only.
Park Mobile,
Park
and
Mobile
how,
and pay by text.
right, and how will that be, visually presented to the community? There'll be like a
signage.
sign,
There'll be
like a
signage.
normal street sign that
Yeah,
says
it'll be
it?
signage.
Okay,
And there'll be like a
QR code.
on the sign, and hold your phone up.
okay, interesting. Well, I'll look forward to the resolution on the Nokia agreement, and that's all for today.
Okay.
Thank you. Just to make sure, Bright, did you have any other items for finance?
No, just to say the audit field work has started.
Yes.
But we still.
Yeah, I spoke to the auditors
Right.
today.
We're still waiting for the
Sounds like we're
state.
still waiting for the state to do their thing. Okay.
That's about it.
Aaron, any legal update, anything we need to know?
No.
Okay.
Well, he did help with the Nokia and the finance agreement that's going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Give him full credit.
I want some.
Okay, so we have several resolutions tonight. The
Yes.
first is the payment resolution. Can I have a motion?
Is that this?
Yes. You want to
I'll make a
wait?
motion.
We'll come back to it.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
To approve it.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Second resolution is to approve the 2024 garage restoration and rehabilitation bid, which Mr. described in his report. Are there any questions or comments? If not, I'll make a motion to approve that. Do we have a second? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Mitch, 3 and 4, can you give us a
Sure.
detailed explanation
Once
of
I
those?
get- Sorry about that. Okay, if it's okay with you, I would like to explain in reverse. So I'll go over the Nokia parking agreement, then I'll hit the EV charging station financing agreement. So Nokia is requiring a total of 500 spaces, 125 which would be reserved. In other words, would have their we would say for Nokia employees only. It would be at the wellness garage, and the rate would be $220 for each space. And then they have the ability to go up to 500 users, so it'll be 125 reserved, and then they have another $375 that they can use wherever in the garage. Anytime they go over 500, each additional parker, that whether they're there for 1 hour or 5 hours or 10 hours, whatever, gets charged $15 per day for each time they're over 500.
Okay.
It's, the rate's $220, that lasts for 5 years, and after 5 years it goes up $10. The $15 also lasts for 5 years, and after 5 years, for each 5 years it goes up another $1. One of the requirements that Nokia is asking is that they are looking for, to begin 50 electric vehicle charging stations in their spaces of the 125, with the potential to go up to 100 total electric vehicle charging stations.
Okay.
All right? So that is where the other resolution comes in, where basically New Brunswick LLC, which is a subsidiary of SJP Development, would cover the cost of the installation, the purchase, the installation, the, I guess the infrastructure, if you will, of these charging stations for Nokia. So we have
So 50 to start?
50 up to 100, yes. They would do 50. They would also put in the
I mean,
infrastructure
is that-
to put in
Is there a
another
limit
100.
on the time? I mean, do they come back to us in 5 years and say, I want another 50? Or is there some obligation to do?
No, it's any time during the term, which is basically every time until the term is
Okay.
to
All right.
perpetuity while they, while
But the
they're
same
leasing
conditions
space.
exist. If in 10 years they
Yeah.
want 50 more, they pay.
Right.
SJP
Yeah, it's
pays
got,
us.
SJP's covered that, right. So that's what that, that resolution is.
Okay.
And is there anything, any questions?
What
Anything-
initiates that, the first 50? Is that as soon as we sign the agreement, or is it down the road a bit?
It's down the road a bit, because Nokia is not looking to move in until
No.
about 2028.
That was my question.
So basically, yeah, this would probably start in 2026, 2027,
Okay.
the latest, just to have it ready for the time they move into their new digs.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Anybody have any questions on it? Or anything? Okay, so the first resolution is approving the charging station financing agreement that Mitch just spoke about. Can I get a motion to approve that?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. And a second? All in favor? And then number 4 is the resolution approving the larger parking agreement that Mitch described. Can I get a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Second. All in favor? Okay. Thanks.
thank you.
Yep. Sorry, 4 resolutions, right?
What?
4 resolutions?
There's a
Oh, payroll
payment?
resolution, the garage restoration, then you have the 2, the EV
Right.
and the Nokia separately. So we have to do one more.
No, we did.
We just
one.
do?
I did
Oh, I'm
them
sorry.
four.
You know,
I did them separately.
Sorry, I'm going, all right, we went to garage, and I went to the line above it for the garage restoration. I apologize.
Okay, no problem. Items I and J, any old, new business?
No,
Any closed session items tonight?
I have none.
All right, I want to note the presence of Councilman Anderson, former member of our board. Is there anything you need to let us be aware of tonight, or are you just here as an observer?
Just the liaison to the parking authority for
Thank
the
you,
rest of
I
the year.
appreciate your presence. Thank you, Councilman. Okay, in that instance, if there's no other business, I would look for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you.